Welcome to Cover Slaves! Hello Internet, it's been a while. I know you've missed us. Some of you have let us know this.
We've missed you.
We've missed you. So we're back after a month hiatus of working in person. So good mixture of the real life. So we're playing 2,500 points, and I'm playing as always my Iron Warriors, counting as Sons of Sigillite. And Matt, you have
my always Sons of Horus.
Sons of Horus with Mal.
Yeah, as always.
Reliable Mal.
Yes.
So, I've got some things painted. I got the Venator done. And I got fortifications again because I'm a huge cheese ball. So we're trying to get some Adventure Weapons batteries. We'll see how that goes. Standard mission, nothing different there. But we may actually have a long-winded terrain discussion. So we'll probably be back with that in armies. It's been a while since we've had one of our lengthy projected conversations about terrain. And as you can see, this is a rather involved board. It's not really a tournament board. It's more of a fun one. So, where to start? Most of the intact looking structures, even some of the more refinery orientated ones, all of those will effectively work as ruins. So 4+ cover, same clanging mechanics, same assault mechanics. All other terrain will give 5+ covered. Some of it's what we call destructible. So you're seeing like these rusted out walls and stuff. You can tank shock through those, ram through those, and take your dangerous and remove them. And you take one for every section you want to ram through. So if you want to take out a whole wall, go nuts. But to contrast those, we also have some impassable low cover in the form of the GW pipes. We're not playing them as barricades. You actually can't even fight across them, and they're 100% impassable to everybody. So they're very, very, very safe to be behind. You can't be tank shocked, and he's got to flank you. Other than that, we got some big impassable elements. We've got some silos here. Pretty basic. You just can't move through them. And those will still probably provide 4+ because they're more similar to the runes. But every low cover piece you're seeing is 5+. So yeah, last but not least, we have a few destructible vehicles. Very simple. We've got like a truck over there and a tractor there. They're both 10 armor all around, and any glance or pen just causes an explosion result automatically, and they explode. And you remove them. So yeah, that's our terrain. We'll move on to armies.
Here we have our 2,500 points of Sons of Horus for today. I am using the Long March Rite of War, and today's Warlord is Mal, tried, trusted, and true, and he's being accompanied by a 9-man Volkite support squad. They have Volkite Chargers today. They're in a Rhino. They also have extra close combat weapon, and the Sergeant has Artificer Armor and a Power Sword. I have a 10-man Veteran squad with 2 Melta-Guns and Melta-Bombs. The Sergeant has Artificer Armor and a Power Fist, and they have Machine Destroyers today. They also have a Rhino with a Dozer Blade as a dedicated transport. I have another 9-man squad of Veterans with 1 Plasma Gun and 2 Combi Plasma. And today they will have the Outflank and Sniper. They also have Melta-Bombs, and they're being accompanied by a Navigator, Bare Bones. Round off the back, we have our Contemptor Mortis, our Javelin with twin-leg Cyclo missile launcher, multi-melta, and 2 Hunter Killer missiles, our Deathstorm drop pod with crack missiles and drop pod assault, our 5-man Justarian squad with 3 Combi Plasma, 2 Combi Melta, 2 Power Fists, 2 Chain Fists, and they're riding in a Dreadclaw drop pod, a second Javelin with the same loadout as the first, our Fire Raptor gunship with Reaper battery autocannons, Hellstrike missiles because they're new and improved, and a Searchlight. And to round off the list, we have our Leviathan Dreadnought with the Gravflux bombardment, Siege Claw with Melta-Gun, Heavy Flamers, Phosphax discharge, and it is riding in a drop pod. And that is 2,500 points.
This is my 2,500 points, Iron Warriors, counting as Sons of the Sigillite. Okay, starting up top, we got my Praetor. He's on a jet bike. He has a Paragon Blade, Power Fist, Melta-Bombs, digital weapons, and his Master of the... he's using Master Legion as his trait there. Then we've got 5 Terminators. I've got 3 Chain Fists, 2 Power Swords, and a Plasma Blaster. Behind them, we have 2 identical vet squads, 10 man each, 2 plasmas in each. The sergeants both have Artificer Armor Power Fists, and I believe they're doing Machine Killers, so they get +1 strength on their vehicle pen rolls, and they're both riding in Rhinos with Dozer Blades. Moving on, we have 2 separate quad guns with all the shooting options other than Phosphex. Behind them, we have 2 separate speeders with multi-melta and grav guns on each. In the back, we have Tyrant Siege Terminators. I've got Chain Fist and a Combi Melt on the Sergeant. My brand new Venator, he's pretty badass with plasma or last hand sponsons, and he's also got a Dozer Blade. Next to him, we have my Daradio Dreadnought with the new las cannon option. He also has the shield generator, and both these guys have shrapnel rounds, I should have said. Moving on, I've got a fortification. So I've got 2 Vengeance Weapons batteries with the quad las cannons, so pretty badass. And we've got a Contemptor Mortis Dreadnought with extra armor, and I believe that's everything, so there's 2,500 points. Iron Warriors deployment, we ended up with short table edges. So, I've got a Dreadnought here, Mortis Contemptor. Behind them got a quad gun, got a unit of vets inside that Rhino. One of my crazy Interceptor Vengeance Weapons batteries. Got 2 speeders back here, kind of protecting the Sicaran Venator. Got another quad gun back here, another unit of vets right out there next to the objective. Got my leader and 2 units of Terminators, very close to the Adamantic Pavés, which is boosting all their cover or info saves by 1. So yeah, I guess we'll see you in Sons of Horus deployment because I have no reserves.
Horus deployment. Right over here we have our veteran support squad with Mal and his Rhino right here. Our veteran tactical squad with the Melta guns are in their Rhino, chilling behind some cover. My Mortis Contemptor was able to balance in the building, so he's got plenty of firing arcs. And I have a Javelin hiding from everyone because he only has 2 hull points. And we'll cover them back with Sons of Horus reserves. The Navigator and her company of veterans with the plasma guns will be outflanking because they have outflanking and sniper. My Deathstorm has drop pod assault, so that's how that'll be coming in. Same with the Dreadclaw with the Justarian Terminators. Fire Raptor's normal flying reserves. The Javelin will be outflanking today, and the Leviathan will be coming down in the drop pod. The end of Sons of Horus turn 1. Ben made me go first. Kind of regrets it a little. We learned some new things today. So we're going to start on this side of the board where most things are uneventful. So my Javelin moved out of its cover and fired its 200 killer missiles into the Rhino. Long March, and the new Javelin update, so strafing run and re-rolling those ones caused me to hit both times, and then cover saves were made. My 2 Rhinos stayed here because I want to see how my opponent's going to react for the turn. Same with my Contemptor Mortis. It's got a good firing arc, nothing's really in range, and it's defending home base around the objectives right now. Pretty solid. So my Leviathan came down. Scattered a bit, but you know, with all the intervening terrain, the battery attempted to intercept, and it hit, but it didn't pan, unfortunately. So the Leviathan shot into the Venator with its melta gun, no armored ceramite, and caused a hull point, and it has the snapshoot next turn. So big benefit to me. And then the Deathstorm. And disclaimer, death storms are awesome that we just learned.
The new hotness.
It came down, and with its rules, it's every unit within the 12-inch bubble. So Ben intercepted with the battery here, so he made it snapshoot.
Thank God.
Or the damage would have been catastrophic. So every unit within this 12-inch bubble, so I didn't do any damage here. I did a wound here, and I mobilized this Rhino here, and the guys passed the morale test. The Praetor didn't take any damage. The Dorado took 2 hull points off.
Oof.
And because I'm using Long March, again, I reroll the 1s. So when I'm hitting with 6 missiles, it quickly adds up. I made the 2 Javelins jink, and I didn't cause any damage to the Venator. So for 145 points, really good. And it's a huge distraction, because next turn it fires a full ballistic skill. And that is the Sons of Horus turn 1.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite turn 1. Starting right over here. So this quad gun used its shatter rounds and engaged with the pod, I want to say, and ended up blowing up the pod, I believe. That forced the Leviathan to get out, who was then somehow dispatched by plasma guns. Now, there's a new ability for vets that adds +1, so basically strength 8 plasma, so that definitely helped me, but a lot of luck there. There were a lot of 6s. So these guys just sort of danced around, quite terrified, and didn't really do anything. They attempted to shoot, but didn't hurt because they were jinking. Also managed to destroy this guy with shatter rounds as well from this quad. So shatter rounds for 20 points, definitely do that. I had moved my leader over here, then moved him back with a turbo boost. Came around the corner with this guy. He was snap firing and managed to blow up the wreck of the pod because we played Shuckle Rex. So, yeah, got first blood. Very happy. Got a lot of luck. So, pressure's off a little bit, but Matt's still not dead yet. So, we'll see you at the end of Sons of Horus turn 2.
Sons of Horus turn 2. My Justarian Fire Raptor and my Javelin came on. So, my Fire Raptor flew on the board and shot the Reaper battery into the Tyrant Siege Terminators. It killed one. It fired 2 of the new Hellstrike missiles into the Venator and caused it to explode.
EP2
for the win. My Avenger Bolt Cannon fired into the Javelin, which made it explode as well. And the final Reaper battery didn't have a target this turn. My Dread Pod came down, scattered back 6 inches here. It was intercepted by the batteries that continued to be a pain in my ass. The Justarian got out, fired all their combis into this squad, but thanks to the plus...
Adamantic Pavades.
Yeah, thanks to the increased invul, Ben made
6 3+ saves.
Yeah, so they caused no damage, so I'm in a big hole. But it does tie Ben up, and he's got some crucial decisions to make next turn. The second Javelin outflanked behind the butt of the Mortis, shot it in the butt. And destroyed it. So it didn't even fire a shot this game. So that's destroyed. It's a good trade-off for me. And my veterans flat-outed up here. So they're defending here. My combat squad for my tactical support split. So they're chilling in here by the objective. They got nothing close. And Mal decided to take his ride and fucked off in the back. Since he is scoring because of his Warlord trait. The Mortis had nothing to shoot at, and because he can't fit through to the door, he's running through ruins, playing ball. And that is the end of Sons.
We forgot to run him. Do it live. Roll a 6, Matt. Roll a 6. 3. You can get him up. There you go. Good start.
Ha!
Ha!
And now he's done playing ball. So that is the end of Sons of Horus turn 2. So we'll see you at the end of Sons of the Sigillites turn 2.
The end of Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite, turn 2. Starting over here. So my guys who are inside this Rhino, who are snap firing, fired their plasma at this Javelin here, and didn't do anything, and then a guy inside blew up because of plasma. So, yeah. This quad gun targeted the Fire Raptor with a shatter, but needing 6s, I didn't even hit, and Matt was smart enough not to jink because he's a smart thinking person. This speeder moved over 12 and engaged with the Javelin, and I think I put a hull point on him, so that's cool.
Mobilized it.
So, not terrible. Moving on down, the obviously turrets couldn't fire because they intercepted. The guys inside here decided to fire at the wreck just to clear it out. This was them. And then this guy targeted with the splinter rounds on the unit that was there. So getting to that unit, there was a unit just there and there. I fired everything I could at them, so that was the Tyrants, plus the leader, plus the Dreadnought Dardio. I think I killed 1 from that.
1 wound.
I did 1 wound from that. And then I charged and eventually took them out, but I lost one of my own guys in return, so... Yay, a lot of that was the leader with his Paragon Blade at Initiative 5. So got lucky there. I think that's pretty much it for my turn 2, so let's see at the end of Sons of Horus turn 3.
Sons of Horus turn 3. Reserves did not come in, so Sons of Horus are not doing what they normally do. Fire Raptor, hover mode. Shimmied over here. Hellstrike missiled into the Dorado. It made its saves. What can you do? Its Reaper battery shot into the Terminators. I killed 1, which was awesome. Yeah. And then the main gun, the Avenger cannon, into the Tyrants, and killed 2. So that was pretty sweet too.
MVP.
It's definitely working on it. My Rhino my troops disembarked back here. And then the guy just decided to drive up flat out and turn, just to be a nice speed bump for a turn. Just to be a dick. What can you do?
Tactics, baby.
Yeah. My Contemptor jumped down after he was done playing with himself in the building, and then moved up. He's got good firing arcs if anything does make it through my lowly Rhino. Mal just beefed up in the back a bit. He's worried about his booty. Javelin shot into the Rhino again. Ben made his 5+ cover save. My second javelin shot into this javelin, which thankfully jinked for Ben's sake, or I would have immobilized it as well. So they're just both laughing at one another. And that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 3.
And the Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite turn 3. Starting right over here. Not a lot happened here. Moving down there. Over here. My one remaining siege terminator moved out, took some pot shots at the walker, hit him, but he made his cover save, so that walker is very safe. Over here, I split off with my leader, who flew over and charged and wrecked the hover mode Fire Raptor, so that's annoying. Here, I both shot and then charged the Rhino, blowing it up, so my terminators are now free to move. Prior to assaulting, I fired with this beautiful frag launching quad launcher over here and hit that unit incredibly hard. I did 7 dead Marines from 13 wounds, I think, or 13 hits or something, so that was pretty wild. Last but not least, I turbo busted my speeder up here. He was jinking. That's pretty much it, so interesting. We'll see you at the end of Sons of the Horus turn 4.
Sons of Horus turn 4. I'm losing models at a fast rate, so the turns are coming quick. So my veterans outflanked. We did make a mistake. I accidentally attached character to them and forgot that I can't outflank with them. Ben was cool with it, so we did it anyway. That was both on us. They all shot into the Praetor after being intercepted by the 2 fucking batteries. I lost 3 guys on snap shooting and 2 of my combi plasma. Yay! So it's been one of those games. So they caused 2 wounds in the end. Not bad. Damn invul saves. The Mortis then finished the job.
He's earning his rent.
Yeah, he's boss after rolling 5 1s. So it's been one of those games where my dice aren't above 3. The veterans just ran under this grate here, so they can't be bombed into the ground again. And the Javelin destroyed his contesting Javelin. And that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 4, after Mal moved there that you just saw. We're going to go to Sons of the Sigillite turn 4, and this is going to be the make or break turn.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite turn 4. Starting over here. This fine young quad gun fired way over here and did not hit Mal's Rhino and scattered and got a hit on that land speeder, but did not do anything. Over here, my veterans disembarked the Rhino, and they're now just chilling on the objective. Over here, my other unit of veterans also dismounted this Rhino, and are chilling on objective. They took some pot shots over there at the units, but I only got 1 guy, maybe?
Can't remember.
I fired with my termies. My plasma blaster blew himself up, so that was funny.
Yeah.
And I failed a charge. I needed 4, and I rolled 3. So that's kind of cute. That'll be fun. And I took some shots with the Daredeo down at that Mortis Contemptor, but didn't even get through the armor because he's apparently a pimp, and I was not aware. So that's pretty much it for Sons of Sigillite turn 4. We'll see you at the end of Sons of Horus turn 4.
Sons of Horus turn 5. We'll start over here. Mal got out and claimed his objective because his Warlord trait is he counts as a scoring unit.
Oh.
Awesome. These guys have done nothing all game, but they're less than 200 points, so it's okay, and they're securing this. My veteran guys got up here, and they are currently securing this, so we'll see if Ben can hold that. That's pretty much going to be turn 5 for him. My Contemptor Mortis moved up and shot into the Terminators. He killed 2.
Nice.
My veteran squad charged into the Dorado here, lost 1 guy in Overwatch, and then I blew it up with a Melt-A-Bomb. My Navigator used its template and incinerated 1 guy into the warp. And that was it with her. So now these are two separate targets. And then my lone javelin shot into the last Hyrate Siege Terminator and killed him, preventing him from shooting into this unit. So that is the end of Sons of Horus turn 5. So we'll see you very shortly for Sons of the Sigillite turn 5.
Iron Warrior, Sons of the Sigillite, turn 5, and the end of the game. We have a victory for the Sons of Horus. They were on the backfield the whole game. So I'll take you through the last turn. So wasn't a lot. This quad gun engaged there, and Matt made some nice saves there with his 2+.
He lost his arm, but he's still in the fight.
He's still in the fight. So, which led me to have to use quad gun number 2. And that one as well, unfortunately, only managed to get one guy. And Matt made his leadership test. If he had failed that, it would have been a tied game, but he passed it, so that means he's got that objective there, as well as this one here, and this guy here. And that's 9 VP plus 1 for Will My Warlords, that's 10 VP. And me, I've only got one objective here, that one there for 6, and First Blood gives me 7. So 7 to 10. Sons of Horus victory. We'll see you in the post-game show. Welcome to the post-game show. As always is Matt, and sitting in with us is Anubis.
Yep.
So yeah, you just watched us play 2,500 points and totally didn't fast forward because you're in a good country that is not beset by terrorism, which has nothing to do with literacy. Anyway, so let's go right into it. Matt, give me your MVP.
Probably the Fire Raptor.
Definitely Fire Raptor.
It came in, it took out the Sakaar Inventor.
Which didn't even get a shot off.
Didn't get a shot off. It was Ben's first time using it. We kind of have a house rule: if you have a new model, it must die. Sorry. So, and then mowing down a land speeder, and then the following turns taking out Terminators, but even with a 2+ save, and then not exploding and being a big ass blocker, just in case, just to add insult to injury.
That hoverboard, hover mode. Oh my god. What was your epic fail, Matt?
Well, probably the Leviathan dying a lot earlier than it should have, but it wasn't a fail. It was perfectly placed. It just lucky dice roll on that one.
I got a 1 in 36 chance because I got you with a 6 and then another 6.
Yeah.
And then you failed a 4+, and that was just like.
Yeah. Dice rolling for me tonight wasn't very good. I didn't make many armor saves all game this time, and it wasn't even in close combat like normal.
That one round from the fucking quad gun that took out 7 guys.
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh my god.
At least they didn't flee, or that would have been a totally different experience.
Yeah, not fleeing won you the game right then and there.
Yeah.
One objective.
What about you?
MVP, the fortifications, the vengeance weapons batteries, Jesus Christ. Broken. I don't think they're pointed well for 30k, because for 150 points, I intercepted twice, and then later on in the turns I just shot, often not at flying targets, so I'm eating 6s, and I'm still getting like 1 or 2 6s.
Yeah.
So that was nuts. So yeah, they're just kind of cunty, and even when your dude's outflanked, they got to fire because he came in from reserve. So
and I lost another 2 guys. My 2 combi plasma from that too, so it was just...
That took it by surprise. That was funny. So I don't know. I think that's definitely MVP. They're so inexpensive. They're not a good target because it's. If you have nothing else, maybe.
I'm not gonna waste a turn of shooting at 3 hull point AV-14 stuff. I'm not doing that.
Epic fail. Well, Venator is.
My bad.
He was in a nice spot, and then some dick came down and wrecked it. So. Leviathans are scary and to be respected. They're like an escalator, you know. I don't know, just Venator. I mean, didn't get a shot off, but Curse the new model is just, there it is. It's like when I painted a certain Land Raider at a certain long strike fucking turn 1 first shot of the game. Just memories. Like, I don't want that to be there anymore. And so, start that'll do that. I guess that's that. So give me 2 minutes or less your thoughts on the game.
Once again, very close game. It literally came down to the last quad gun shot. I was on the back foot all game. The first turn where I lost 600 points really hurt. That Leviathan was just a huge nut kick. If that didn't die, I would have pretty much taken out Ben's entire left flank. Game, Death Storm drop pods are wicked. That 12-inch bubble where they hit everything
even if it's multiple facings to the way we read it.
They're like MSU cancer.
Like
MSU cancer.
Even with snap firing, I had close to almost 30 missile shots through everything. And being Sons of Horus with a long march, rerolling ones, if I'm not snap firing, the damage that thing would have done turn 1 would have been astronomical. It would have almost crushed Ben's entire right flank.
Those turrets, man.
And yeah, and then the Leviathan would have crushed the left. But the Dice Gods do what they do, and they like making things interesting and douchery.
They do.
Cool, fucking quad
2 minutes or less. I think it's a good example of how balanced 30k feels to me, because this wasn't one of our more back and forth games. It definitely, like, once you lost your initial drop, you were on the back foot pretty much the whole game.
I had to play defense, and I played it well, actually.
You maneuvered very well. You didn't bother picking a fight where you're not going to affect a change. You just went where it mattered, because that end game is what matters. So, I mean, you did it right.
The Rhino roadblock.
That was brilliant. Where did you learn that from?
Some ass who decided to block a Spartan with 2 Rhinos for 3 turns.
That's why the Rhino was invented by the Holy Emperor, was to be an obstruction at all times.
Yeah, false emperor.
False emperor. I realize now I never once even tried to repair that fucking immobilize on the Rhino. There's like 5 possibilities of trying it, never even tried it.
Honestly, who remembers though?
No one
right
does.
now.
No one does. Roll 5 times, they get a 6.
Yeah,
Posthumously fucking mobile.
No.
It's like it will not die.
There we go. Alright, so on the 4th, 5th turn I would have had.
Game's totally ruined now.
That would have changed the tide. Then I could have
won.
moved 18 inches for no reason and done nothing. But yeah, so I don't know. I think 30k is everything that's right with the game and everything that 40k currently is not. So definitely cheers to Forge World for that.
Some of the new changes don't make a lot of sense.
FAQ wise, or
the new rulebook that we had, I was fortunate to get one. And like javelins, from people who've watched our battle reports,
got cheaper.
Yeah, they got cheaper
And better.
and far better. Strafing run. So
And you hit them on 5s, I think, in close combat for some reason.
And they're
Why don't speeders have that in general?
And they're 20 points cheaper.
Yeah.
So
And my speeders, which I'm paying, like, I guess they got 10 points cheaper, but now compared to a javelin, like, they were already not that far off, and now they're like the same price as javelin. So I would much rather have 11 armor and all the other benefits. So
and much better weapons.
if you're watching this and have disposable income and know a guy in China, you need 3 javelins. You need to get them now. So get the card out. Other than that, I don't know. Jay, thoughts on the game that you witnessed very little of?
I saw 2 turns of this game. I had a little bit of privy to what was going on in the army lists. These things are really armor 14?
Yes.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
$60 you
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Available at your local
And
gym.
are you going to spend your precious time shooting at stuff that's ballistic skill 2?
And how many points are they each?
75.
I've spent 60 points for a, what was it, you know those little Tau turrets?
Yeah.
The little yogurt containers upside down? Fucking
Little
bullshit.
bucket.
They're like armor 11 BS2. Look at this thing.
But they have the Space Marine price thing, so everyone has to buy them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Everyone should play with fortifications, so I don't feel like a total dick.
I need to look at
It seemed like the
Yeah.
game went
Yeah.
pretty, like it was pretty to the nail for both sides, like
Yeah.
the whole game.
I think being short edge was interesting because Matt's got an aggressive list. Mine does not have a tremendous amount of mobility because like the rhinos just if they're boxed, they're boxed.
You have actually less artillery than you normally do.
Yeah. So that's that was definitely interesting.
I need a Sky Shield landing pad. Put a Fire Raptor on that on turn 1 with Long March? Okay.
Yeah, that's on our ban list for the tournament.
Because the new
it and the Void Shield because they're both like so busted.
Because the new Hellstrike missiles are no longer ordnance. They're Strength 8, AP2, Sunder.
That AP2 is nice. And
On a Fire Raptor that can shoot at 1,000,000 targets already.
That definitely one of the
They
winners.
were AP1 before, although I keep this.
They were 3, actually.
Really?
You're thinking
I'm
of
thinking of the Blood Angels.
Yeah, the Blood Angels missile one.
Yeah, because that's. I never understood
I think the fucking what is it? The 40k ones are AP2 now or something.
that. Probably.
But yeah,
Everything's AP2 or 40k.
I think
Secret missiles, though.
I think 30k is where it's at. I think we're happy with 30k.
Most of the changes that they did made sense too.
Yeah.
Assault Marines being 75 points cheaper and cheaper per model. So now
You may actually see them.
yeah, I would run them myself if I actually had a use for it. Well, I do
I'm
have
just
a
gonna
use.
get more of them because I almost 10, but
Yeah.
inside of 10.
Tactical squads are cheaper.
Vets are where it's at.
Vets are really dirty.
And I think they made the right choice upping the cost of the Dreadnought drop pod because it's at least you really have to invest.
We're still waiting for confirmation if you can actually shoot the Dreadnought because the way it's worded is
It's a bit weird, yeah, because you kind of have to know the Dreadnought's facings if it's shooting out of it because it's like targetable, but is. So it's a bit weird. What we've been doing is we've just been putting a scatter dice, so at least we know the facings.
But you can't charge it on the first turn.
It seems like you simply, if it stays in the pod, you can't charge it.
Or the pod itself, because the pod is...
it's like immune to being charged the first turn.
The whole pod?
The whole pod.
It's confusing. Okay, I think when you don't attribute properly in a sentence, so either thing.
Yeah.
I think what they mean to say is you can't charge the Dreadnought. But the way they've worded it, it's like both, because they just didn't attribute which one. So I think they'll fix that, hopefully, to be just the Dreadnought, which would make more sense.
One of our guys has an email in, so hopefully we'll know.
Clarence was Jody on the spot with that one. I like these new last cannons. I think they're not super great, but Strength 10 is really nice. There's a few close calls that just dared.
Oh, you tried the...
I mean, BS5, it's not twin linked, so there's that. Yeah. But if you get a pen, it causes another one that causes no cover. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, they're a bit like Vulcans.
On a 4+.
On a 4+? Okay, so it's like a 50-50.
So like a chain reaction?
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So you have a possibility of scoring 2 extra pens that would cause no cover.
I did it to my Fire Raptor, but he didn't roll the 4+.
Yeah, so that could have gone through Jink. That's pretty baller, man.
Especially with Strength 10 AP.
Yeah, I wish more stuff had that. It's
one of those things that once you get through the defense, it causes even more damage. It's not just more...
You could get that lucky shot in a character. Like, what's nice is, let's say you had one of these. My kind of jet blake's gotta be real careful. Because you get that one instant kill shot, I'm like, oh god, cover save!
Yeah. Personally, I'm still a fan of the original auto guns with the Strength 8 Sunder.
Yeah, and I think that's why the Sunder rounds went up on the quads, because they were only 10 initially. They came free initially, then they were 10, now they're 20, which
and
I think
have to pay for a battery upgrade now too, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're taking them, which is, I think it's better. I think that's,
I'm getting some.
Yes,
probably.
Yeah, quad guns where it's at, people.
Tired of getting Phosphex into the ground.
Phosphex is dirty.
Horus and his Just Dare in the previous game, our good friend Clarence, 72 hits. Yeah, it was gross. I lost 3 Justarian, and then Horus is walking through 12 templates of dangerous terrain like a boss. Yeah. He's not taking any damage, but it's just like, ugh.
Phosphex is how you make friends.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Phosphex. Is there anything to shit talk in 40k, or the game you ever heard of?
What have we not said?
I don't know. I think hopefully Jervis is getting carefully escorted away from it back to specialist games so we can ruin those.
Not Blood Bowl.
Not Blood Bowl. Hopefully one of them's good. So yeah, if Jervis is actually hands off on 40k and because they're realizing that, like with AOS bringing points back in, I think they're starting to get that like
smart move.
Not everyone has 12 hours to play a game. Or wants to do weird asymmetric gaming without points. Yeah. So Jervis has been sort of humbled, I feel. Didn't prevent him from giving a kind of a douchey interview, but credit to the guys at Forge the Narrative there. Paul Murphy, if you're listening to the Jervis interview, the whole time he's very nice to him, he's very polite, he's placating him, he's very positive about all the new silly stupid games, the Flyer game that Jervis made. Yeah. And then I think it's like the 18-minute mark or something, or 23-minute mark, something like that. He just totally calls Jervis on his horse shit. Because he's basically talking about matched play, even points, 2 guys showing up in a pickup game, let's just do 1500. And Jervis tries to make it seem like that's some obscure thing, and he's like, actually no, that's all we've been playing for 25 years, regardless of it being 40k or fantasy. Yeah. And Jervis just kind of has nothing to say about that. So Paul Murphy, mad credit to you, buddy, that was fucking amazing. Jervis, keep sucking dick. And anyway, hopefully Jervis can't do any more damage to the game, so that's good. And maybe 40k will be back in 8th edition, but...
With Sisters of Battle.
With Sisters of Battle, please God. Anything classic.
It's the only 40k army I will do from here on.
Just the soldier. Any final words, gents? Any commentary? Things?
Summer's coming over, so hopefully we'll be able to start doing a few more of these.
Yeah. Hopefully within a month we'll get back up to a week. Every week we'll get a battle report, hopefully. And there may even be a tournament in the fall. Who knows?
We've talked about in-house campaign that we're experiencing, may look into.
So we'll see. Maybe more updates from us sooner than you think. As always, thank you for watching, Internet. And don't take upskirt shots in public. That's not cool, Internet. Don't do that.
Not without sharing.
No. And don't randomly stab people with knives in public.
Yeah!
That's getting to be a bit much.
Let's stop that.
Don't drive big trucks into crowds either. That's ill-advised. So, for all you playing your violent video games and having them force you to take up ancient ideologies.
And
Anyway.
watch where you go when you're playing Pokemon Go.
Oh my god. Watch out for the cliffs and or the crypts. Alright, so that's it for us this week. Thank you for watching. And as always, I'm Crablezworth and stuff. And this is
Lewis.
And Matt Stricken. Bye!
Goodbye!
Oh! That was good. That was good.
Alright. Just once you should do like an effect at the end of it where we're all like melting and like spitting and we're all like, oh,
I want us to do the Reading Rainbow intro.
Oh.
Gods of war, may your hammer be mighty.